Hey, Josh. Was wondering at what point in second half, first half, whenever it was, when did it start to feel like it was unraveling a little bit for you guys, where it got to that point?
I wouldn't say we started unraveling. I just think that we hit a lull there in the first half. I thought we moved the ball well enough. We got down to the red zone. We could get the ball in the end zone. Then we got down there, thrown an interception, a couple of bad decisions on my part. Just the communication aspect of it too. They did a good job of being able to check out of their blitzes and not really allow us any time to get back to what we were originally going to run. But again, it comes down to decision making and putting the ball where it needed to be, and I didn't do that well enough tonight.
Right around the 2-minute mark, it looked like you were just staring and seeing it all unfold. Just wondering, I'm sure a lot of different emotions were running through your head, but what was the number one thing that was going through your mind at that point?
Obviously, a lot of emotion. Anytime you don't finish the season with the win, I feel like that's the type of emotion you're going to have. But the way it ended, it doesn't sit right with me. How chippy and ticky-tacky got, and I'm disappointed in myself that I let my emotions get to me there. And it's not how you're supposed to play the game of football. And all the other stuff, it is what it is. But I need to control what I can control, and I did there late in the fourth, and it's just not good football.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey, Josh, I know you kind of touched on this a little bit, but just with respect to their third down play, were they getting exotic, or as you referenced, were they just kind of switching things late in the down pre-snap?
A little bit of both. They did a good job of making things kind of look like zero, and they dropped out and doubled a couple of our guys, and they brought zero from distance, and just the whole operation. We weren't fast enough to the line. That's on my part, and being able to get in and out of calls with the crowd noise, it's tough to do. So that's why it's such an advantage to have people in the stadium. But again, hats off to them. They, like I said, they're the reigning Super Bowl champs for a reason, and they were a better team than I.
Thanks, Josh. Hell of a season.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, touched on it a little bit there, but the crowd, Mitch mentioned that protection-wise it was different than a lot of the year. What was it like navigating that after going through a season where you didn't really have to do that much?
It is what it is. It was tough, but we practiced it all week, and
Josh, it's Jay Skursky with the Buffalo News. You guys kicked field goals twice inside their 10-yard line, once needing 2 yards, once needing 3. Were you pushing to go for it in either of those situations?
That's coach's decision.
Every time we
had 3 downs to get in there prior, we didn't do our job. Like I said, lack of communication, lack of just execution down there, it falls on my shoulders.
Knowing the quarterback on the other side and the offense, you mentioned earlier that 24 points probably wasn't going to cut it. Does that make it even more disappointing to have to settle for field goals in those spots?
For sure. They had a good game plan, offense and defense. Again, he's passing the league zone. He's been able to find ways, even with how he playing a little hurt tonight. He saw that, but when you're going against a guy like that, you got to put points on the board, and we didn't do it.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey, Josh, it's obviously really early to fully comprehend, but last year's loss to Houston was so influential in your improvement this year and your mentality last offseason. What do you think you can take away from this loss as you prepare to move forward?
Just every game situation that you're in, you learn from it. This one's not going to be fun watching over. It's not fun falling a game short of the Super Bowl. One team had to win, one team had to lose, and that's the gist of it. And we didn't play good enough to win tonight. And I mean, it's going to feel us, and I got no doubt in my mind that we will be back. This is a team that fought hard to the end, team that loves each other, and we're still young and we're only going to get better. And that's one takeaway I got from this. And we're close. And I know the results weren't good tonight, but I'm super proud of how our team fought the entire season and how we bonded together. And it was a tough adjustment this year with all the coronavirus and the testing and the separating and not being able to go over to teammates' houses, and just a sacrifice that it took this year. I'm super proud of our team, our staff, our organization for that matter, and making this thing work and making this thing go. And it sucks that we couldn't return the favor and accomplishing what we wanted to accomplish, but sure.
Got it. Appreciate you, Josh. Thanks. Safe travels home.
Of course so.
Hey, Josh, it's Diana from ESPN. Sometimes before you play in a big game like this, you're unsure of what it's going to actually be like. And for you, this is your first time playing in an AFC Championship game. How did it feel playing out there? Was it any different for you mentally? Was it any different for you guys collectively?
No, not at all. I don't think it was too different. It's the same game of football, same field dimensions. And we played this team earlier in the year, and just didn't play well enough. Starting off with that 9-0 lead, it was nice, and we had to keep things rolling. But 2 punts in a row, and one was a 3-and-out, and just made a bad decision, bad read, bad throw on third down, and those are the ones I got to have in order to help this team move the chains on third down. Then going field goal, getting down there, throwing an interception, touchdown, field goal. That's not good enough to knock off the reigning champs.
Yes, good evening, Josh. George Redney, Challenger Community News. Question I have for you: with the coverage that KC was in tonight, did you see that on film at all? Any of the film, or was it something brand new to you that they presented tonight?
No, they were who they were. A lot of man, a lot of Tampa 2, and then some blitz zero behind it. And it's something that we didn't expect, but they did a good job of getting in and out of it and showing different looks. And they played well tonight, and credit goes to them. But again, there's things that I could have done better for this team to help us, and we didn't get the job done there.
All right. One last question. Do you think the no might have been a consideration tonight to speed up on them so they couldn't make changes?
I mean, we did that a little bit, but again, with the crowd noise, just the communication aspect of going no huddle.